Hello, I'm Aubrey Bursch with Easy School Marketing. I'm so excited to be here with my friend and colleague, Brooke from Acies Strategies. Brooke is amazing, and I am delighted she's here. And not only here, but also a part of our Small School Leaders Conference again this year. She's been with the conference since the beginning, and I always love her sessions. And I'm really thrilled she's both a speaker and a sponsor at the 2024 Small School Leaders Conference. Thank you, Brooke, for not only sharing your experience and your expertise with others, but also being a sponsor and ensuring that the conference remains affordable and accessible for all. So welcome, Brooke. We're so thrilled you're here.
Thank you, Aubrey, so much. I always love hanging out with you and your energy and enthusiasm. And I am so grateful that you are hosting this conference. It's so important and really needed. So I'm, of course, delighted to be a part of it.
Yes. And I happen to love attending your sessions because I always walk away with something new. And I know I'm not the only one out there. I know people are really excited about your session. You're speaking on February 9th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Strategic Small School Governance for a New Era. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about what to expect from your session?
Sure. Well, I come to this because my business, Acies Strategies, is focused. My niche is small schools. And that's where I really live and work. I do strategic planning. I do a lot of governance work, and I do leadership coaching. And so this workshop really just kind of emerged out of all the work that I do in those three spaces. And what I've been hearing, particularly since COVID, all the social political changes and race related, culture related issues. And so it was an opportunity for me to share a little bit about what I'm seeing and hearing and kind of ways that I've heard from my clients and ways that I'm working with people around addressing those issues. And it's issues around culture within schools. It's around relationships between the board and the head. And it's also around sustainability, financial sustainability with schools. And it's kind of always been there for small schools, and it just is so much more present. So those are the kind of things that I'll be touching on, and it comes from deep passion for this work.
That's amazing. I think it sounds like it's both timely and some things that people need to know regardless, right? Challenges that have been there overall. So I'm excited to listen to that session for sure. Now, I know you've been to the conference before, looking at this year's lineup. What most excites you about this year's conference?
Well, really, it's so important. There are so few spaces that really focus on small schools. And when I'm doing my work and I'm talking to boards about small schools, or I'm kind of sharing what's different about small schools, I mean, one of the things that I talk about is that a lot of times leaders of small schools kind of feel alone in the forest. And I just have given a couple of workshops where I had that on the slide, the leaders feel alone in the forest. And then I'm like, you're not alone in the forest. And here's the small school leaders workshop. You can go there. So I've been promoting it in workshops that I'm doing because it's so important. And one of the things I love that there's so many different focuses, there's marketing and there's admissions and there's governance and there's like all of it. That's what makes it so compelling. And the thing is that often when we as small school leaders go to conferences, we have to retrofit to meet our schools. We don't have huge admissions teams, and so when there are conference titles around, the small shop and things like that, this is a conference where you can come as you are, and the guidance is directly to you. You don't have to retrofit anything. So it's not any one thing. It's the whole is just so important to small schools. And I'm so grateful.
I love that. I'm gonna wait. You don't have to be alone in the forest. Is that it? You really don't have to be alone in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not alone in the forest.
I love it, Brooke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. I too, I love the space that this creates as well, because I think it's important. Small schools do face unique opportunities and challenges. So I'm excited to ensure they get a lot out of this year's conference.
Yeah.
Now, Brooke, you and I have known each other for quite some time, and I know you've been working with independent schools even long before I even met you. So you've been working with so many people in the independent school space, and with AC Strategies, I know you've been doing important work with them. So I'm curious, like, as you're kind of looking at, independent schools now and moving into the future, what are some trends you've noticed or important things that you think school leaders should be aware of?
Yeah. And this is really, it's kind of the topic of my workshop, the new era and kind of what I'm seeing and what I think boards need to be focused on. One is culture. I mean, I think culture is, we have ruptured or disrupted or conflicted cultures within our schools. And I'm seeing that at all levels, at the student level, faculty and staff, administration, parents, certainly even at the board level. And I think boards and leaders really have to pay attention and be learners about how to positively impact culture. I think we can't just do it by the seat of our pants anymore. So that's one realm. I think, in my kind of constant drumbeat message is that boards of small schools need to be effective and they need to, I talk about feeling like a small school, the small nurturing community feel, and acting more like a big school. And I think that starts at the board level. And I think that the days of just letting it be and not doing any professional development and just having all parent boards who are there because they care, but not with any kind of expertise. I just think it's not good for our schools and that needs to change. And then that leads into the business management of the school. And I know with small schools that are so grounded in community, sometimes saying the word business is like, shh, don't say that. And yet that's what's going to allow them to be sustainable. So those are kind of the three things that I'm just focusing a lot on.
Yes, I think those are I'm so glad you mentioned all those things. They're incredibly important schools, especially small schools right now. Now, Brooke, I know that you produce some amazing blogs and you have so many wonderful resources. Where can people learn more about you and Acies Strategies and the work that you do?
Well, primarily on my website, www.aciesstrategies.com. And then I'm on LinkedIn under Brooke Carroll. So those are the two main places where I live.
Yes, definitely connect with Brooke. She's amazing. And check out her website. Well, Brooke, I am so grateful to you for speaking at the conference, sharing your expertise, and also for sponsoring the conference and making it affordable for our small schools to participate. Thank you so much, Brooke, for being a part of this initiative. And if you're wondering where you can sign up for and register for the conference, you can go to easyschoolmarketing.com/conference, and we'd love to see you there.